So welcome back to the Friday Vlog series, Where Today? That's right, I've done it again. I've bought myself another bike.
You are out of control, mate.
And yes, I can appreciate what some of you may be thinking, as we've recently just built the Chinese carbon bike I purchased at the back end of last year, being the Winspace. The Factor 02 VAM is being built next week, and now I have a brand new BMC Teammachine SLR01 THREE. But I have a very good explanation for you if you can bear with me, and I promise this will be the last bike that I purchase for at least a few months. So let's break this video as per normal into my favorite number of parts, being two. Part number one, I'm going to share with you why I've purchased a brand new Lamborghini Orange BMC Teammachine SLR01 THREE with SRAM Force 12 speed and some lovely DT Swiss carbon hoops. And this purchase kind of happened through an unusual sequence of events, which I'll explain to you shortly. And part number two of this video, what's been going on behind the scenes, including what my wife thinks of all these bikes, and also wishing her a happy birthday today. So part number one, what on earth am I doing with this bike right here? And in this section of video, I'm going to share with you a conversation I had with the head mechanic at Trilogy Cycles, Aaron is his name, about building the new BMC's front end. So in 2020, an opportunity that I wasn't really seeking just started to present itself to me. It was creating a Masters A, or Old Bloke Cycling team, for the Road Cycling Academy, or the RCA, which is a coaching business I started through this channel in 2019. Links below if you want to check it out. But in order to create a team, I wanted to have, for me anyway, all the gear and absolutely no idea. The other riders have an idea, they're way better than I am, but we needed the gear. So in order to present or pitch to the riders about the team dynamic, the racing, and the equipment we were going to have, I reached out to my friends at Advanced Traders here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, mate. And Advanced Traders, for all those of you who don't know, Advanced Traders are the Aussie distributor for BMC and Merida. And if you have been supporting this channel for a while, and if you're not yet supporting and you're thinking about subscribing because you're getting value out of these videos, I'd really appreciate your support below, subscribing to the channel, because I'm getting a little bit twitchy as we head towards that 100,000 mark. So please just tap it in below, much appreciated. But back to the story. I have loaned and reviewed through Advanced Traders the Merida Sculptura, the Merida Reacto, and the BMC Time Machine. And in between all of that, I have also purchased a BMC Teammachine for my own use directly from Keith at Trilogy Cycles here on the Sunshine Coast, who, by the way, has one of these in store for all my local friends that want to go in and check it out. So I rang the BMC brand manager at Advanced Traders, his name is Rob, and pitched the RCA team to him, and he said, we've got some of these Lamborghini Orange BMC SLR01s coming in, and we could provide them to the team at a local amateur sponsorship rate. So we'd be paying for them, still a fair chunk of money, but we get a discount on the bike. However, after organising all this, not only the bike, the helmets, the shoes and everything, the RCA team became too hard basket. And it's a long story, I'm not going to bore you with all the details.
No one cares, mate. Stop waffling.
Yep, you said it. So I ripped the band-aid off before we even really got started, but the whole process got me very excited about owning this bike here, which is an updated geometry and design from the previous version that I had. And for your information, I owned a BMC Teammachine in 2014 and absolutely loved it. The only reason why I parted ways with it was because of the formation of the original Inform amateur cycling team, which had us all on specialised tarmacs. But the BMC Teammachine has always stuck with me. And that's why I purchased it again in 2019, but selling it again recently to make way for new bikes in 2021, that was a sad day. So I've come to the realization that my cycling life is better with a BMC Teammachine in it. I really do like this bike, and no one is paying me to say that, despite what some of the skeptics out there think. It's perfectly normal human behavior to like things, and just because the channel has gotten to a certain size, I don't feel I should have to refrain from saying I like this bike here a lot. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking though.
So we got the bike for free, didn't you, mate?
So I paid the same rate as what the team was going to pay. So it's still a fair chunk of money. And if you follow me on the Facebook marketplace groups, in the cycling groups, you'll know that I'm selling lots of stuff at the moment to be able to fund this and all the other bits and pieces that are going on. And a continuation of that thought I know will be,
Here he comes, Captain Biased.
yes, I got a deal on the bike. And I know some of you will be saying, I hear this often in the comments, that his review's going to be tarnished now. We can only trust the review if he's paid full price on the bike. But just hear me out here. When you become a cycling YouTuber, as I did in my late 30s after 15 years in corporate, your salary goes from up here to down here. And even with a channel of 100,000 almost subscribers, some of you may find this surprising, I earn less from this channel than I did from my first corporate job in 2003 in my early 20s. I'm almost 40 now. So I don't do this for money, and I do it purely for a passion for making videos and a love for cycling. So please give me a break for getting a deal on a bike I want to ride, and a bike I will review in the same fashion. I have been reviewing bikes on this channel for almost 3 years now. And if I don't, my credibility, it goes right out the window. You're smart, you will know, so please have some faith, because I've kind of had a bit of a gutful of this new grief that I've started to get below in the comment section. So now we have that out of the way. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. You now know why I've purchased the bike. What is the content gonna look like for this project over the next few months? Number one, we're gonna do a front end build video with Aaron at Trilogy Cycles. Number two, a first impressions video. And number three, a formal comprehensive sit down review. So before we get into part two, I did film Aaron at Trilogy Cycles putting on the front end, which we're gonna do a separate video on, but it's quite a tricky process. I've never watched somebody do it. So I thought I would share with you some of the things he shared with me after putting the front end on before we get into part two of this video.
It is, yes. So predominantly for the front end, so with cockpits, all the new style of bicycles that we're starting to see come onto the market with the integrated cockpit assemblies and with internal cable routing. Obviously, if it's a narrow bar, wide bar, stem lengths and so forth is important as well. But it's more about trying to find out, length of cables, length of hydraulic lines. With Shimano systems, obviously you have all the Di2 charging ports and so forth. So we can tailor fit those items and change obviously cockpits. Like with BMC, you can choose a different cockpit. Yep. So what we want to do is make sure that we can cut the assembly to your height requirements. Again, that is imperative when it comes to hydraulic lengths. And yeah, so with this bike today, for your bike, what we've done is we've chopped out 40 mil of steerer tube length. We've lowered obviously the front end cockpit to get your fit requirements. So that's something that we would obviously talk to the client about and guide them as well. If anything, you're probably better off with a bike that's running taller, yes, and we can progressively make you lower to suit your riding dynamics. So, yes.
So what's been going on behind the scenes?
I'm behind the scenes.
Rossi hasn't been in the vlog recently, apparently. I forgot about that. Come on, come say hello up here. No, around here, mate. This way. No, Rossi. Oh, no, he's eating your popcorn. Rossi, around here. Up here. That's it. Sit. Say hello to everyone. There you go. Tell everyone you were quite sick recently and we thought you were going to die and we took you to the vet and it cost us thousands of dollars, but now you're okay and we're very, very happy that nothing really bad happened to you. Say hi to everyone. Oh my gosh. So an update. The Factor 02 is caught on the couch here. It's super light. This is being built by Jay Taylor at Taylor Cycles in Brisbane on Monday. So in a couple of days' time, that's assuming the SRAM Red 22 that I've got for it, because now I've got SRAM Force ASX 12 speed on that bike. I've decided to go with the lightweight SRAM Red 22 for this build. That's stuck in a depot in Brisbane. So hopefully it arrives on time.
What? A depot?
Depot.
A
Depot. Depot. Is
Depot.
it? Did they say depot in some other countries? Correction. A lot of people are asking me about the Winspace. What's it like to ride? So over the last, I'd say, week and a half to 2 weeks, we've had torrential rain non-stop. There's been flooding in New South Wales, in parts of Queensland, west southeast Queensland. Fortunately, we haven't been stuck in any flooding, but it's been constantly raining, so I haven't really been getting out and riding at all. I've ridden the Winspace once for 30 kilometers at like 32 kilometers an hour, so it's not enough for me to be able to share any experiences with you. And next week after the bike build, I'm going to Melbourne for a week. I'm not taking any bikes with me.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, just going to have a week off the bike. So I'm not going to have any really solid feedback for probably 2 to 3 weeks on the Winspace. Sorry about that. And outside of that, Alice, can you tell us just quickly, your birthday tomorrow? Just wait a sec, I'm going to have to give you the audio thing so you can talk. And also, what are your thoughts on all these bikes I've got lying around the place? Give me a second. So how old are you turning tomorrow? 30? We don't tell us. You don't have to tell us.
39.
Well, what are we doing for your birthday?
Everyone's going to shut the fuck up for a day. We're going to the Spirit House for lunch.
And what do you think about all these bikes lying around the place?
What do you think about all these surfboards laying around the place?
There we go. It's a contra arrangement.